good portion of preparation work last time. There we go. What? No longer hosting.
Dun.
Ja. Ja, zijn ze. Oh, is hier al? Wat? Oh, waar zijn ze dan?
Oh, lots of background noise. Hey everybody, welcome to today's stream. We're just sort of gathering together, everybody's in Discord, and we're going to start playing Spelljammer in just a second. So let's go ahead and we'll switch to the main view of the ship, and we'll start playing as soon as everybody's at the table. Y'all ready already?
Cool. So, last time you got to meet Mr. Big Bad Evil Guy, and you kind of told him a lesson or two about good and evil and bad and whatnot.
We weren't very nice to him.
No, and he wasn't very nice to a few of you. I believe I got you way down in hit points, give or take. You collected his loot, you took off from the place, and you are currently heading towards one of the elven outposts down in elven area. Oh, can I? I can probably do something. Just a moment. I just got a funny idea. Why don't I?
Oh no. DMs get funny ideas and people die.
Well, I'm just trying to show the map of where we are.
I did have a question though. Now, when we encountered the demon, it was a Radney, I think, that was glowing. Does a Radney still have their demon mark?
Rakul.
Oh, Rakul. Does Rakul still have their demon mark?
Nope. My character feels sad though.
Yeah, so whatever weird power you had is gone now, huh?
Well, it came after he whistled his little kazoo. Yeah. This might be killing you a little bit.
What do you think of homemade magical items?
Unless they are falling in line with rest, and mostly no go. Why will it not do that? Did he get mad at me? Okay, let's try it this way. Otherwise, we might have to do another thing. Why didn't I think of this earlier? Anyways, you are en route to the Imperial Elven Navy station that you were
in the Navy.
Why? show. Okay. And let's try like this then. Map of flow. Upload file. Yes.
And I still gotta design
Give
my
me
room
something.
too. So for those who are watching in the stream, we
What do you think of that gauntlet that I sent you?
Just a moment. I'll have a.
we just had a big encounter where we
see.
killed a bunch of fish and devils and an aboleth,
There we are.
and so we're kind of trying to regroup. We have a few people missing today at the table, but
Show to
what
players.
we're gonna do. Oh, here we got a map.
And make it big, because it's a big one. And now comes the good one. How do I?
Oh, there it is.
So you have, yeah. Solaris is just at the bottom of your screen.
Wow,
Below
that is a
Solaris,
huge
you have,
map.
Dananan. Right of Dananan, you have Corv.
Trying to get it so it fits on the screen well. It's a
You
little.
seeing it?
What do I need to see?
It's mostly
Is that
Riga
showing up?
on the
There you
screen.
go. There we go. That's pretty good.
It's
It's
a big.
yeah, it's a little hard to see on the screen.
Yeah, you have the big orange known spheres, the colory orange bit. To the southwest of that, you have a big, a big system called Solaris.
Yeah, it's not quite showing up on screen very well. It's because it's the preview, so it's kind of a little bit blurry.
Yeah.
Here, let's
Right of that is Corv. Corv is where you are right now. Okay. And there's a random outpost. You are in Imperial Elven home space, so to say. From time to time, you will bump into Imperial Elven.
let's see.
Imperial Elven.
There's Silk and Cradle. Where was it again?
Corv.
What's it next to? There's Rock. I see Giant, Silk, and Jade. Is it near them?
Do you find a big system called Solaris? It's about
Yes.
south of that one is Dananan.
Yes.
Dananan. If you follow the yellow line, the yellow flow, south,
Ah, Korv. Korv. Got it.
that's where we are now. Now, if you follow the yellow counterclockwise, no, clockwise, sorry, follow it clockwise till you come about straight up north. That is Casa. Casa is the Rockabrow system. That is how far you are from home. There is a little number on the yellow line. That's the number of days in the flow that you'll be sailing. So from Corv to Dananan is 47 days. Then is about 50 days across system. 45 days to Pietil. about 20 days across system, 45 days to refuge, about 5 days across system, 12 days to mirror, or 7 days to realm, pending. Bug would like to go home and visit his family, and then another 16 days to Casa. And I think this highway, so to speak, is called the Arcana Inner Flow, I think. Yeah, Arcana Inner Flow, that's the yellow line.
So this is
Yellow
we're
brick
talking about
road.
this yellow road right here, and at the
Yeah.
very south is Corv, and just directly north on that yellow curve is Casa, and those are the
So,
two
yeah.
places that we're talking about.
You, in 6 days, you arrive at the outpost. Would you like to restock at this place?
We have a certain amount of I don't know how much like bookkeeping we need to do, but like we've got a certain amount on board. We're going to use a certain amount, and we can only store a certain amount.
Fun
So
rule is 3 months. 3 months
So-
of air and 3 months of food.
right. Well, and the air just is in the envelope around the ship, right? I mean, so we don't actually keep track of that. It just sort of exchanges with the port of call as we're there, right? It circulates through.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Unless you do one long stretch of continuous going and going and going, and not docking up anywhere.
right. But there might be
Then
like
we have,
asteroids or something like that that would have some atmosphere that we can stop at occasionally, right? To exchange some fresh air.
It's usually moons and above that has
Okay.
a separate air bubble on its own.
Okay. Well, so we've got our maximum storage of food is 3 months, and we've only got 48 days. So I would say at our first port of call, we should stock up to the full 3 months. And then at every port of call, we go ahead and stock back up to the 3 months. So we're probably, however long it takes to go from port to port, is that we, use that much and then refill it, but that we still all have the extras in case. I mean, that makes sense, maybe, if everybody agrees, and that would mean 2 months at 250 gold. So we need to spend 500 gold at our first port of call in order to stock up food.
Yeah.
Well, I just added 3 months to keep it simple.
Okay.
350 gold. And then
Right,
I
that
added
goes,
up the days together, so that you are now at 169.
It takes about 280 days to
Just
travel
to keep it
between the two
simple.
places, and so we're sort of kind of like with Stars
Then
Without
you'll be
Number,
going
keeping
through,
track of how much
the
supplies
days
and stuff
quickly.
we have and all that sort of stuff.
So right now you are on day 880. Unless you have something to do on the Elven station, I'd said we start moving.
Well, I mean, we each have our little projects. Can we just say that we've, like, looked for supplies and stuff like that? Or do we?
Yeah. So, what would you be looking for?
Well, I think we're. I think one of the main projects that I had listed was essentially a hat of disguise, and I doubt that I have enough gold to buy one. So I would imagine that I'd be buying the supplies to sort of experiment with enchanting it. You know, maybe a like a mask that's kind of like the question, or anyhow, like a blank face that can change into different disguises and stuff. And I'll start with the hat of disguise, and then as I go up in level in the years, then I would do a greater hat of disguise, and then maybe when I learn true polymorph at some higher spell level, that I then create like that as well. But like creating the best of the best kind of hat of disguise I can as I go.
Because would you but we had some ping pong going, and I gave you some feedback on the document.
Yeah, I did take a little bit of a look at that. I also added that at each port of call, I thought that I would start spreading rumors about my false identity, about the rich and noble guy who's traveling towards Brawl.
Yeah.
Hey, Levy. Thanks for hanging out. Yep. Watch on stream and watch the stream later. Family stuff happens, man. In chat, one of the players is hanging out watching,
So, yeah,
but
do me an
couldn't be at the table.
investigation.
But okay, sure.
So you start digging around. You start questioning, putting some questions out, and you find that there is an elven gentleman on one of the planets that has that might be willing to depart with it.
Ooh.
So yeah, Rhoda, what do you say?
About?
Researching something.
Oh, researching something. Yeah, is it the item that I sent you? Is it allowed?
Each of our characters has a list of things that they're doing during these big long travel between places. So I've got like I'm learning the Arcana skill, which takes a better part of a year and costs a certain amount of money. So I've 25 gold, one gold per day for supplies, and so there's all sorts of stuff that we're doing in between our journeys to improve our characters. Self-improvement. We're all taking courses on Udemy, getting our online degrees in criminal justice, and doing what we can during the downtime, during the travel time. Which is interesting. It reminds me a lot of Stars Without Number.
Genesis Scorcher. Yeah, I need some more time to give that one a think over.
Hey, Jin Jin.
But yeah, if you can
Hi.
find an existing thing
Hi.
and just reflavor it,
How you doing?
that'll be grand.
Boop, 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 boop. Oh, come back, come back.
I found something. How bad is it again?
Do 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 do. Kitty cats. Oh, I didn't have my... Here, this probably helps. I'm probably weirdly washed out on screen. That probably helps a little bit.
Why can't I find it now? There was a helm or something. Of teleportation or something like that. Ah. Wait, no, there was a cloak I wanted. Oh.
Dit is nou een echte kabot.
What about you, Rakul?
Rakul would try to find out where the order for the Ghost Slayer would be. At least an order for the Ghost Slayer.
Yeah, roll me investigation. It's 17. Yeah, you find some pointers here and there.
And find out where it is.
It's probably a fair few systems off. Because there'll probably be not so friendly terms with the elves as a general consideration.
So finding the way would be...
Well, as I said, you get some pointers here and there. Is it something that you follow up on, or?
Yeah, she tries to find out where she can find it. Because this is some... The thing is, my character thought she could be able to control the curse, the lycanthropy curse. But as we've seen with one of the fights, not really.
Yeah.
So she needs to find a different order to cleanse her of the curse.
Or everybody else in the party has to wear silver chainmail.
Doesn't matter. Only silver sword hurts.
Oh, okay, so we'll make armor. We'll hammer armor out of silver swords.
Oh, silver or magical. Yeah.
Every one of us is wearing a Game of Thrones throne.
No, I know something better. You give him a collar with pointy silver sticks in there.
With a magical zap.
Into a werewolf. He just gets them in the neck and throat. So he cannot change.
No, but that's the thing. The werewolf is the reason why you take this order. So if Rakul can't use it to fight demons with, then he's not gonna.
We'll just keep you in a cage.
He's not feral. Only when she's in werewolf form.
Well, I don't know. I've seen how clean lack of clean your room is.
So, Raku, you have two choices. Either you bring it up with the team, the crew, says, I would like to go to here because of reasons, or you book a ship on your own, or book a passage on your own. That is the two options you have right now. Timo, make a choice. Either or. And roll me investigation for that one. So you shop for rations. And over the next day or two or three. Yeah. Oh. Wrong dude. I give. Did you still have? You might still have access. To
My
that
microphone was muted.
one. Yeah. I think
I
you still have access to Bratney.
Yeah, I do. But I said that I would go up to the party and tell them about my lycanthropy problem. Not really a problem, but more like a power that I couldn't control. And I'm gonna say to them that I need to find a different order. And I know where it is. I know kind of where it is.
You have the first leg of the journey, yeah.
Yeah, but I can't get there on my own.
Well, how much time does that add to our trip?
I don't know. How much
With that 17 investigation, I would say you are in luck, and that it's the same route that you're taking.
Huzzah!
But yeah, Rhoda or Ratney, you need to roll me an investigation for either of your two thingies. But make a choice.
I'm going for the cloak.
Yeah. You get a good lead on it. Rash, you have an estimated 3-day travel. Rodney, that will probably be the same place. Maybe a day on top of it to go from one place on the planet to another place on the planet.
What the hell? Trying to filter the loot table.
So we're on a good planet for the stuff I want.
So wand of
Okay.
web.
So you said course? Or do you have any more things?
Yeah, I guess I don't really have anything that my character needs anymore, so it's up to the others.
Could I also get one for the rope, a chance?
Not on this iteration, no.
Yeah, I want to find a herbalism kit as well.
Done. That's a simple thing. That's about picking it up from the retailer.
Oh no.
It's funny to think about it, but it's like, oh, you want a herbalist kit? You can go to that Walmart.
So you said course.
I think so. How much for the herbalism kit?
Right, let me see. 25 or so, I guess.
Oh, and is the male sales sailor of female?
Roll me a d2. You say
What is my... What's my weapon? Rapier +2. Yeah, so there's actually... I was looking at the loot, like the stock of loot that we've got.
50 silver.
Thinking about stuff.
Male.
I'm gonna try to persuade him to lower the price.
Okay, roll it. Sorry man, that is the price.
I pay the price.
Yeah, herbalism kits, 50 silver, 3 pounds. Done. You said course, 3 days. What's that background I'm hearing? TV or something?
Ja, Fatih. De TV is herbal.
What? How?
It was herbal.
So you find the location. There's somewhat of a gathering around the location. Verbal. A crowd gathering outside the location of the cellar of the head of disguises.
I'm sorry, did I not already roll that? Was that for me?
Well, right now we have some role play. You found the place.
Oh, cool.
And there is somewhat of a crowd outside.
Oh, I'm sorry. I heard that there was a crowd outside, but I didn't realize that was my thing. I thought we were still doing... sorry. So what do I hear what the crowd is talking about? Are they saying anything or? Is it because there's a hot sale on aisle 3?
The general tone is somewhat sullen, somewhat sad. You hear some sniffling here and there.
Oh no. So somebody died, maybe?
Yeah.
And is the crowd surrounding the store? So it looks like they're maybe mourning the store, or is it just like the mourners are passing this way, or something like that?
They seem to be waiting for something around the store.
So I'll look for, you know, how there's usually a crowd and then there's somebody who's kind of part of the crowd but hanging back a little bit. I'll sort of sidle up next to that person and sort of, hey, so what's going on?
It's real sad. It's the old man. He just croaked last night.
Oh no.
I guess it was his time or something.
Well, he lived a long life. Does it look like the shop is closed? Like, so I could sneak in while they're outside mourning?
It's very much open.
Oh.
And they seem to be waiting for something.
But I know there's a hat of disguise, right? Like I've heard.
That is what your investigation has told you. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So I guess basically maybe the idea is to like go in, since it's open, and I might as well just sort of look and see if people are paying attention and you know, commiserate with people who are mourning and saying, yeah, you know, he had a good life and it'll be sad that he's you know, no longer part of the community. All the while I'm looking around the shop to see if I see stuff I need or an actual hat of disguise.
I am sticking with Rasc.
Yo, don't crowd me, man. I'm working the room.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. I have some business here as well.
Actually, it's a bit off.
Hey,
yeah.
well, I mean, this is a shop with a whole bunch of cool stuff. Could we buy it?
The whole shop?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Oh,
That's a good one.
you might actually have enough money for it. But it won't be cheap, that's for sure.
Well, you know, we'll just have the people who aren't here pitch in an extra share.
Well, I'm of course assuming that you'll be deducting it from the bank. So yeah. As you are somewhat making your way up through the crowd, the coffin is coming out.
Whoa! By itself?
Well, there is some people surrounding it.
Oh, good. Yeah.
They
So
don't
not a
seem to be
lich.
A whole lot of weighted down. They are elven, and you quickly assume there's something magical about how the coffin seems to be floating.
So it's laden down with treasure.
I ask, can I do a prayer for him to help these people carry on with their life? And I show them that my holy symbol.
They look a little bit sideways at you, and
I don't know why.
ring their nose at you.
Aw.
And do you understand Elven?
Too bad I don't.
They mutter something in Elven, and then they shush you off.
Yeah, they think I'm a drow, so I know it for a fact.
Yeah.
If I've got an intelligence 20, don't I get some bonus languages?
No, not in this game, no.
Oh. Okay.
Or not in this version. In the old version, yes. In the new version, no.
Darn it.
Yeah, well tried. So yeah, the coffin comes out, draped in the finest elven style you can imagine. Gets put on the hearse, and people just seem to follow the hearse as the city guard locks up his place and stands guard.
Well, so, but we were wandering around inside, right? So, if that were true, I would.
You didn't get that far.
Oh, I didn't even get inside. Okay.
You were moving up towards the door
Ah.
as the procession comes out.
So I guess you know, one of the other party members, I might like suggest, hey, go follow that and see which grave it's buried in. And then I'm gonna actually go around back and see if I can get in this shop.
I'm not gonna follow them.
Okay, don't. Go to the Starbucks across the corner.
The reason I'm not gonna follow them is they don't want me near them.
Well, okay. Is there like an alley in back of this thing?
I'll just stay close to you.
Yeah,
Dude, I can't stealth if you're following me.
I know.
It's somewhat elven city, so it's mostly built out of wood, out of trees. So the architecture is a bit different.
But there's got to be some sort of window or something.
Yeah, you do look around the streets, or what's comparable to streets. You eventually find your way around the other place, or to the backside, which is essentially a big garden. Lots of wood, lots of trees, lots of plants, flowers, etc. And you come up to what you think is the place. And roll me perception. In your
That's
fine
with
attunement
expertise.
with, your senses, you clearly see the guard a long way away, so you don't bump your
Excellent.
nose into him.
So obviously I've got this party member who's tagging me at the most convenient time. Like there's some sound in the road, and they take their eyes off me. I'm gonna like stealth right away, and ditch my the whoever's following me, and then head on into this place.
Okay.
Or try to.
Okay, roll me stealth.
That's with expertise.
He seems to be somewhat occupied by this drider / monster, walking around freely without a leash inside the town area. So you
I
come
walked to the closest guard and report it.
There's only one at the backside here. So you are up to the door. You are about to put your hand on the door handle. Rafi, what did you say you were doing?
As soon as I notice him gone and a rider, I'm going to up guard and tell him that somebody's trying to break into that building.
What the
Just
hell?
next to.
Well, you clearly lose contact with Riga, because Riga just whoosh, he's gone. So
Yeah.
you both turn around. You point to say walk up to the guard and say somebody's breaking into that. And as you lean your head and the guard turns around, Rash is standing there, one hand on the doorknob, being really do not see me. And he goes in Elven, stop! In the name of the king, do not proceed. And he punches his spear at you.
I said, "Oh, I'm sorry. Is this not the public restroom?"
Be gone.
Oh, okay. Could you point me out? I gotta go. Is there a restroom close to here?
Down the street, near the big fountain.
Whew. Okay. Thanks. I didn't want to go in the street because I figure, clean streets. This is a great city you got here. Look at this. It's beautiful. I wouldn't want to go to the bathroom in the street. So thank you so much for helping me out.
He gives another command in Elvish, which comes to Vamos.
Oh, okay. I'm going in order that I can go. Yeah, it's funnier in tabaxi.
Yeah. And as you and he looks at the two of you. Shouldn't you be out in the woods?
Do I look like I should be in the woods? I may have to buy some new clothing. Didn't mean to come into town. I thought we were dressed up.
I have a question.
Tien assumes his position as in the guard position and ignores you.
Ugh. Timo, did you have stuff you wanted to?
Could you send me the right direction? I'm asking the guards. Do you know a place where I can find the cloak of Ariadne?
No idea.
Oh, in either case, thanks for your help. And I'm leaving you other way as it's a tabaxi.
Like he couldn't have left earlier? Ugh.
Sorry, it was too easy.
So, yeah. Now what?
So I guess if I have forgery equipment and stuff, I figure like maybe I'll make a note to the family of whomever this is that owns the shop that, hey, I'd like you to get in contact. I know this is a horrible time for you. If you'd like to have somebody take over the shop for you, I'd be very interested in discussing that in order to provide your family with some money for the goods that are in the shop and for the shop itself. And if you'd like to discuss that, you can find me at whatever pier our ship is at.
And how do you have the note? You have the note written. It doesn't take you a whole hour. What do you do with the note? How do you make the note go from you to them?
Well, I was going to leave it on the door of the front door, not the back door, because I've already been shooed away from there. As you come up to the front entrance, the two guards at the front, crosses their spears and says, "Shop's closed." I was
Take your business.
I was interested in leaving this note for the family. Can I leave that on the door, or can I give it to you to give to the family?
He reaches a hand out.
So I go ahead and give him the note. Thank you so much for delivering that message. And thanks for doing your part in keeping this this shop safe while the family is in mourning.
Of course.
So then I guess I got cock blocked. Trying to get this hat of disguise. So I'll find something else to do.
That's just too easy. Sorry. Maybe I even picked up my own stuff, but.
So actually I'm gonna use my feline agility, and I'm gonna zoom after Radney and in stealth, and follow, and whenever there's whenever we arrive at where this is going, then I'm gonna try and mess with them there.
Well, you have to, for Radney stuff, we have to take off and go to another city. About a day's travel away.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that, or do we stay here and wait for a response on the letter? Or
I guess I'll stay. I'll stay at the ship and wait for response and just sort of see if we get something.
I think I'm gonna take care of the restocking.
Well, in theory, that was already done at the outpost.
Yeah, it's just at the dock. Say, hey, let's have you guys. Can we fuel up and get us some air and some food.
I'm actually going to search for some herbs and stuff like that.
Okay.
In the city, if there's a herb seller.
Sure. Roll me herbalism. How do you actually approach the city?
They wouldn't like me, so I'm not wearing a hood or anything. I'm just letting them to see my face, so they can see I'm not a rider. I have a holy symbol on my body, so they can see the holy symbol.
I'm talking about Faye.
Oh.
Because in theory, your Faye can illusionate herself.
Yeah, we just have illusioner as a ship her size. Any chance?
That's kind of difficult. She is 200 feet wide.
Oh.
There is no ship that is wide. All ships are long.
Yes, her height is her length. That's how we disguise it.
Yeah, she goes into dock sideways.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my smartest idea on this fact.
The problem is that as soon as somebody gets inside her bubble range, the illusion falls away.
Well, then don't we? I mean, there's like that extra boat or whatever.
We play sort of like half a day travel in the forest, and walk the rest of the way, and just have her appear as a big tree or something.
Sure, can do.
Not a big tree, actually. Yeah, a big tree without leaves, like it's a dead tree.
She is also somewhat sentient, so, and you can communicate with her on some level.
But in case we cannot find her back, if she's a normal tree.
You can just talk to her.
Yeah, true. Just a normal big tree then.
I don't have any snacks for you.
So
I'm sorry.
half a day's travel out.
So she won't be found easily.
Going into city.
Go ahead.
As you had your try, Rani, you are looking or going to a herbalism. Roll your herbalism.
I have which statue do you want me to use for it? Wisdom?
wisdom, I think it is. Okay. Yeah. You go and pick up some stuff.
Wait,
Irish.
that's bigger for bonus. Add another 5. So it's 11, not 6.
Okay. Yeah. And as you go a second round around the place, you notice one of the plants you picked up, and says, "Ew!" and puts that back. That's poisonous.
Oh, sorry.
It wouldn't have been good if you mixed that with anything.
Alright, thank you for the advice.
You go up, yeah, and you get what I think is essential supplies, unless you want some specific.
Yeah, I wanted a few specific, a few herbs that can, which I can make into some kind of patch of anti-disease, cure diseases, cure
Yeah.
poison, 1 or 3 actually, and a few cure
Map.
wounds, but
There you go. Hey.
stuff like that.
Ah, okay,
It's,
yeah.
those 3, a few, like 5 or 6 of each. I have enough herbs to make those.
Of each.
Yeah.
There's 15 doses, or what? 18 doses?
I'm gonna make something out of it, and
Yeah.
I want in total 8 of each, basically. 8 of each potion. Potion that I can make there.
So 24, right? 24, um, 60 gold.
I pay it from the bank.
Okay. You said cure disease, cure poison, and cure wounds.
Hey, kitten. What you doing?
Okay. That's something to work on. Anything else?
Anything else? Let's see. Maybe a small, like 1 doses of sleeping poison.
Okay. Yeah, 50 gold he wants for that one.
I give it him.
Also from
Yeah.
okay. So you've been shopping.
Yeah. And then I want to go to a church to pay my respects.
Cool. Most of the ones around here are elven in nature.
Yeah, I know. But just to say hello to the other priestess, if they have a charity going on, maybe give 5 gold pieces, stuff like that.
They always have one going on.
I know.
And they always have an alms box probably 2 at the door, and probably a couple along the walls, and yeah.
Well, yeah, but you want to be seen doing good.
No, I don't want to be seen going good. I want to, in the orphanage, I want to give some gold to for the orphanage.
Okay. You do notice a fun thing. There isn't any elven orphanage. It's all mixed races. Most of them animal in base nature.
Sure, I am really pro orphanage, so.
Okay. Is that the whole day you do that?
Maybe visit one of the orphanages as well, and then return to the ship.
Okay.
And give the sleep poison herbs to our thief as sign of sorry.
Thief is not of this version. We don't have any thieves around here.
No, I mean Rasc.
Thanks for the flowers, dude, but you're not my type.
No, these are herbs. They can make people to sleep with.
I don't. That's like an assassin skill, right? I suppose I could learn it, but
you inside the ship. When we are inside the ship again, I'm giving it to you and saying it to you.
yeah.
But no other guys around.
So you want to have a secret relationship that the others don't know about? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm giving you a gift because I fucked up your plan.
Okay, well I'll take the plants, and do something with them. I don't have the poison skill, so I'm not entirely sure how to make that happen. But I'll maybe experiment. Maybe I'll add that to my list of things to learn.
Herbalist kid. That he did pick him up from a herbalist. If he went to an alchemist, that would be a different story. But yeah.
Yeah. So I'll think about that.
So what was in the note about contact me back at where?
Well, the idea was to contact me wherever the ship was, which I assumed was going to be the port of call. If that wasn't the case, then I would imagine one of us or something would have gotten a room in a hostel or an inn or something like that as a base of operations where people could contact us.
At the church, because they want, basically, they are probably at the church a lot these days. You can better say at that church we can meet for it.
By the way, there's a 20 poisoners kids.
Then you also show respect to the family. That way.
Yeah.
So
I'm just. Go ahead.
I will be right back. I'm going to grab something to drink.
Anyhow, the idea was somewhere where they can contact us, where I was, a base of operations or something in the town, other than the big dead tree in the forest. Hey, like I'd mentioned previously, I'd like to discuss with you if I can help out by taking over the shop, and providing money for your family during this trying time. And I would love to hear from you and that sort of stuff.
I would also assume that you probably would like to book an inn and get some real food instead of ration food.
Oh, that sounds great.
So yeah, deduct the gold piece.
Okay.
Gold piece include the whole living standard, meaning a room, meals, etc. So the next day you get an entry back. Very, very formal. Happy to make your acquaintance. In very flowery. What language did you write your letter in?
Well, I see. The thing is, I have a blank spot on my character sheet where there's no language. Are elves very common in this? I mean, have I seen lots of them at various places in this world? So why don't I just go ahead and take it? I'll take Elvish as my other language. I don't know where I learned it, but so I wrote it in Elvish.
Roll me would be somewhere between performance and
Back.
for
Persuasion?
persuasion isn't as much as how it was written. Persuasion would be what words did you use?
But I have expertise in persuasion.
Yeah, so you can probably tender your words quite nicely. Performance or history?
Yeah, I'm not so great on either one, but so performance, I guess.
Is forgery a separate skill?
It's not listed as a skill, but
No, it would fall into one of the other ones.
like maybe sleight of hand, because it's, you know, having to be really careful with your writing and stuff or something.
You know those calligraphy thingies?
Yeah.
The Japanese are very heavy on it in some circles.
Uh-huh.
What I'm fishing for here is you, depending on your calligraphy, you are either low rank, middle rank, or high rank. So the better the calligraphy is, the more noble, the more royal you are.
Right.
Or the closest you are to it.
Well, but the other thing here is that you know, as the arcane trickster and all that, or not the arcane trickster, but as the archetype or whatever it was that I picked with the false identity and stuff, is that this, you know, having some sort of royal bearing and being able to forge those documents and all that sort of stuff is something that I should be proficient in. And so I guess what I'm suggesting is that with the language of Elvish, maybe in fact the false identity is some sort of noble elf, and so maybe I'm presenting myself as this noble elf's major domo, who's negotiating on behalf of this guy, who's busy and can't be bothered, but is interested in helping out the family.
Then it'd probably be deception. But deception is also about how you... Yeah, deception or performance.
It's a deception, personally.
Well,
So I think
since
it's
I have expertise in deception, I'm gonna go with deception.
Okay. 30. Okay. The letter you get back is very, very, very high calligraphy. And it goes somewhere in the range of Dear Sir Royal of the Court. I am very pleased to hear of your inquiry. Unfortunately, all those arrangements has already been met. And we will, in short, be having a public auction.
Ooh.
Where such items will be sold off to the highest bidder.
And does it mention the date, or are they does it sound like they're still arranging when that's going to happen?
It mentions 3 days out.
Well, 3 days isn't so bad. I mean, if you know, so I mentioned that to the team and sort of say, hey, you know, they're going to be auctioning off whatever was in that shop, and it might be worth hanging around, even if we don't get the shop. I mean, the idea that I had was that we have this shop that we can actually, like, the stuff that we gather that we don't want, we can actually just put it in the shop and sell it. And keep it restocked from our adventures and sort of get a residual income. But
that sounds nice.
But even if that's not possible, we might be able to find some really awesome stuff at this auction that would be worth sticking around for.
I'm thinking the whole shop, the whole shebang bang, would be 6 digits gold pieces.
And that's, I'm pretty sure that's more than we have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very much so. Yeah.
What would the shop be without any of the stuff?
With the platinum pieces counted in there, we might get close, but
not to 6 digits, no.
I mean, so my goal is, like, at this auction is to get that hat of disguise. The other goal, I think, is to try and find out, can we buy the shop without any of the stuff in it?
let's turn it into a bar.
No, that's what your room on the ship is for.
Yeah.
Hey, I have. It's not my room. It's your room, maybe, but not mine.
That might be a case of an Earthbound campaign.
Oh, we couldn't install an NPC merchant and have him run it for us. Oh, okay, all right. It was an idea. It was an idea.
Kind of have a bigger picture than just a single little shop on an elven planet.
Darn it.
But yeah,
we could extend.
I'm trying to expand the franchise, man.
So, 3 days out, that gives you a day to travel out to Rodney's place, a day to settle him, and a day to travel back.
So yeah, so sounds like that's a thing.
Oh, let's just stay here, and after you have your stuff, we get back for mine. We go back for mine.
Okay.
Because of the fact it's also a half a day travel towards our ship. And back to the city again. And we might be late then for the auction.
Mm.
And you cannot be late.
Well, yeah, I'll just stay. Yeah, I mean, you know, you feel free to head off, and if you get back for the auction, that's great. And you can see if there's stuff you want. But I mean, there's this one thing that I'm interested in getting, and so I'll stick around.
If they have a rope of ice, could you also buy it for me?
Sure, I'll be sure to
Maybe
pretend that I bid on
that.
that,
So, Ratney takes off. Goes to meet with.
Are you going with me or are you gonna stay? Arjuna. Are you going with me or are you gonna stay in the city for now?
I thought I was gonna go ahead and stay.
No, I'm talking about.
My character.
Oh, okay.
If you
It's the
stay,
place.
if you stay, that's 3 goals for each of the day, or 1 goal for each day, come to 3 goals, which include the room, food, drink, whatever.
My character would like some open air to gather thoughts and shit.
So, Rodney?
Well, I guess I'm going solo then.
No, I'm following.
We're going with the ship.
Oh yeah, coming.
Okay.
Yeah.
You find the place.
BB, what you doing? Come on.
You find the place. You find the cellar. Roll me persuasion. That is to encompass, yeah, the whole conversation you're doing with them, buttering them up, etc. Negotiating a price. 17. Well, you sound like a good fella. It's normally going for 800, but I'll settle for 6 for you. Between the negotiations, you get it down to 6.
Nice.
Do you shake hand on it? Or
Yeah, I will buy it.
cool. Off the bank?
Of course.
600. Cloak. What was it?
Sadly. The clock is really damn same as me, I believe.
What does it do?
Basically, what I can do once a day now, if I am mad, I can do it all the time. Walk on the ceiling, have poison resist, stuff like that.
Ah, lovely.
Because I could only do it once a day, I thought, it's a good item for me.
You've got 2 microphones open, so yeah, probably want to close one of them. Yeah, you go there, you come back, and in the meantime,
Before I head back, of course, I will pay a visit to the temple, to the orphanage, and give 5 gold pieces to the orphanage.
cool.
And then I will head back.
Lovely. Bingo. So, Rash, in the morning you get up, you go to the place, you look around for your friend, he's nowhere to be seen. Most of the items are very high quality, and the prices quickly goes beyond anything you could dream to accomplish.
Ish.
And finally, your head of disguises comes up. Roll me persuasion.
And that's with expertise.
7 or 13. Okay. People seem to let loose at around 600 gold pieces.
601.
While you win it at 600.
Oh, okay. Well, then I don't bid 601. You give the 1 as a tip.
Well, the crowd starts to let loose around the 500, and then one by one, they let loose, and you stand alone at 600.
Okay.
Again, is it something you do off the bank, or?
Since I haven't figured out whatever my share was from the last thing, I'll go ahead and do it on the bank, and then we'll figure out how to balance it. Because my pocket money from character generation is down to 70, and so I haven't taken any salary or
and the
allowance
crew
or anything.
The crew as a whole has not decided to share anything.
Right.
So yeah,
We all do it. We put all our gold we get in a bank, and we use the bank for our stuff.
Yeah.
Basically.
Well, you know, I mean, it's
We
for
don't
me, but
really
it's
do
also for the
individual
group.
gold.
So yeah. So yeah.
We
So
don't
I'll.
really do individual gold. So.
Okay. So I just have some pocket money that I have used for like the inn and the food and stuff like that. But I'll go ahead and do that off of the ship bank. Is there anything else that looks interesting? Was there a robe of eyes that I can pretend to bid on?
No.
Okay, great.
The rest of the items are either trinkets or common items, or quickly become so expensive that only the real roles
Right.
are in the game with it.
Right. Okay. Well, at least we got this hat. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And it's it's actually it turns into a trucker cap, and the logo on. You know, I went to Elvish Town, and all I got was this hat.
Yeah. So just before the head of disguise goes on display, Aratni shows up, and then you fight for the hat, and yeah, leave the party or something. Go back to the ship
Yeah, sounds great.
and set course for the next stop. So yeah, from time to time you do stop, and Rakul makes his investigations, follow his leads, and so see calendar. You do the first jump from Corv to Dananon. For 87 days. One morning you wake up and the ship is silent, more than it usually is. What do?
I'm going to sit in the chair.
You go up to the captain's chair and
One chair where the spooky things happen.
Yep. You go up and you meet Buck. Buck is very distraught.
Look, what's going on?
And he goes on the intercom and says, "Guys, I need you to meet me in the captain's room."
I'm already there.
Where I go up.
You at some point or another, you all wake up and go to captain's room or bridge. Guys, I'm afraid I have some bad news. It seems that Faye's sister has fallen victim to an invasion of demon and fiendish origins.
Whoa.
We seriously need to find allies. Anybody that can help us.
I will send a message to the church I was taught.
This is, yeah, this is in the flow. As you start moving around the ship is different. I need a perception roll from each of you, and depending on who gets the higher number. For 16.
6.
A 3. Rakul, you're walking around in a daze.
No, he's just too drunk to see anything.
Uh,
Well, I got 26.
okay. Faye is very, very much bigger. In fact, she is twice the size she was before. I couldn't draw it myself, but she essentially has room for a whole lot more than she had before. Instead of a 40-ton ship, she's now a 100-ton ship. Instead of 300 hull points, she now has 600 hull points. Instead of having room for 25, she now has 50, and so forth down through the numbers. Do you see the give me? Do you see the numbers now?
Yes.
Okay, just with a red marker. She is twice the size that she was earlier.
Whew.
So guys, any ideas you have for somebody that might be, oops, that's not what I need to read, so.
Interested to play something.
That would be willing and capable to help us fight this battle. Faye showed me what we were up against, and we seriously need allies.
Do as a player, what do you mean? Do you mean more players or?
Well,
A little army.
an army. We need a literal army.
Oh, alright.
So, do we think that the elves would like to help us? Do you think we can convince the dwarves? Who do you think we can trust for this endeavor?
Oh, it's against demons, so I think anything holy and good, perhaps.
One of the thoughts that comes to my mind is I'm setting up this this false identity as a elvish duke of some kind. That might be an opportunity to recruit some men-at-arms, some sort of small mercenary group. Isn't there? There's a species in Spelljammer of they're like big hippopotamuses or something like that, and aren't they mercenaries?
Give, yeah.
You want a history check or something?
Nature or history, pending your preference.
Well, we cannot go really
Yeah,
to
they're both
my,
equally bad. So
we cannot go really to my
so 16.
Yeah, GIF, GIFF.
Yeah, well, that's right. That's right. And my recollection, I think, is that they are, they act as mercenaries. I think the downside is that they're not very magical or something like that. But we might be able to get a a ship to follow us around with a team of Marines.
Bo also says, I believe Faye is sending out a signal for any and all small jammers out there. Meaning, Faye is a small jammer, and yeah.
And do any of us know the life cycle of Spelljammer?
I'm going to ask it to at Faye. What's your life?
Bug goes, I've been having some talks with Faye, at which point I, as a GM, would like to keep my mouth shut. Let the actual bug describe what sort of conversations has he had with Faye. I linked a document describing what's been going on. Does any of you have some sort of hair growth that you're tending over time, like a beard?
Well, I've got fur.
No, not really. Yeah, normal hair, but not really like a beard or something. I'm a female.
Yeah, and Rakul is a Goliath, so no.
No, he's not a Goliath. He's a dragonborn.
A female dragonborn.
See?
I think I've said it more than enough, to be honest.
Well,
So remind me, you were a lizard person? That's right, yeah? Or was a kobold? You were a kobold, right?
Close.
So
Close.
No, he's a salamander.
at some point or
How
another,
big he is, right?
at some point or another, one of you gets to some sort of mirror or other kind, and you find that you look absolutely ridiculous. Like a whole lot of time has passed by.
Oh, so not like suddenly switching from a short hair tabaxi to a long hair breed. So somebody looks like Rip Van Winkle.
They have extremely long hair then.
So yeah, essentially you've been asleep for 14 days. So what sort of hair growth or beard growth or female thingies would be happening?
Female thingies, that's the technical term.
Yeah. Well, whatever they do, and yeah, over 14 days.
Oh damn.
So yeah, that's a thing. And if I could Photoshop things, I would have made Faye twice as big. As you also go around, you suddenly find two ballistas. You also find a whole bunch of aquaponics bays in the cargo hold. And you find these small leathery things, creatures, going around tending to these
So
aqua bays.
But Faye's sister, we didn't learn that Faye's sister is dead, right? Or
No, she's not dead. She has sent out a distress signal, essentially.
okay.
Then how did Faye grow?
Magic, man. It's magic.
Just because. Just
Yeah.
because. Okay. I can live with that.
Don't harsh our buzz, man.
But yeah, she is now twice the size she was before. from a little tiny frigate to a sizable cruiser.
But it does say. I'm assuming this Fey growth spurt document is what Buck is telling us, or are we gonna roleplay that at a future point?
That is essentially the dream that he had.
Right. So I mean, it says that the Spelljammer's essentially cannibalizing itself. So it sounds like it could possibly be in the process of dying.
Correct, yes.
Yeah, let's get our army. I think we best should ask humans or elves.
You the players were not part of a scene the old players was part of, where essentially all the factions, all the known factions throughout the multi-spheres offered any value that you so could imagine for a small jammer, this small jammer. I might have said that before.
Yeah.
Yeah. The factions in Spelljammer knows that these small ships have some sort of connection to a myth, a legend of a ship that is much bigger, and that if a faction gained control of that ship, that faction would essentially become emperor of everything.
Alright, then we cannot hire an army. How are we gonna solve this, guys?
So I'm kind of wondering if I like put out feelers, maybe starting with where we're at, and maybe at every port of call along our travels that, looking for those two things. Like I've already made contact with this one Elvish noble family, so maybe I send another follow-up letter describing that we've heard rumors. Thank you so much for your correspondence. And if I might trouble you slightly further, we have information we've gathered on our travels that, that it sounds like we might be able to locate Spelljammer, and we're looking to for allies to help save this, or explore and find this mythical ship.
Roll me inside and roll me investigation.
And I disagree with that letter. I'm just saying.
You
Insight
get the
in which?
that the individual planet-born wouldn't necessarily have any knowledge of a legend living in space.
Oh, so this is... I'm sorry. So this planet is kind of prime directive. They're not exactly warp capable.
Or even within Forgotten Realms, the majority of Forgotten Realms does not know that spelljamming exists.
Okay.
Only a little fraction of Spelljammer, of Forgotten Realms,
Right.
knows of spelljamming.
But essentially everybody on the Rock of Brawl would, right? I mean...
Yes, because
So,
that is a spelljamming setting. Even though the planet is warp capable, the majority of the population would not know anything about it.
So
But our contractor does, probably. Send him a letter if he can send reinforcements.
The other one, investigation.
and that's proficient, but not expertise.
Yeah, but still 29. Why not contact the Imperial Elven Navy? They are spelljamming capable because they are spelljammer.
I advise to say our contractor Spelljammer needs help and if he could send reinforcements. I think that might be better than asking an army to help us, because then they get the whole universe.
As you enter the crystal sphere of Danonan, you have been sitting outside the crystal sphere for the last 14 days. You open the portal into Danonan, so you enter the crystal sphere of said place. Within a very, very short distance, you will meet one or several Imperial Elven Navy ships.
Disguise the ship as a normal ship.
Yeah. And you known this because it's a usual point where you enter the flow and come out of the flow.
Yeah. So before we enter, we are going as a normal ship there in there.
So it would be somewhat fairly easy to get close to one or more of these ships. Establish contact, get a reference, and then get to talk to somebody of power, of decision power.
As the admiral, he can send the word to the best, I think, believe.
So, let's take the first encounter, shall we? You disguise the ship. You get close to one
Not
of the.
too close.
Yeah, not too close, but close enough that you can signal between you. Do you have access to message, the spell message?
I could have, but I didn't.
Don't know.
Ask Priscilla.
Yeah, I'm asking her.
Is she already in?
Well, that's more or less up to you. Did you hear the plan, by the way?
No.
I don't agree with the plan firsthand, so...
Yeah, well, Rakul is en route to his next point of investigation in Dananon.
Yeah.
But right now, the crew is getting close to an elven ship, an elven navy ship, to start a dialogue about getting in contact with somebody.
And by the way, no.
No? Okay.
No.
So you start moving up towards, and you start raising the navy flags in accordance to the message you're trying to give.
Well, I mean, okay, just point of order. It sounds like not everybody's agreed on this course of action. So I mean, before I don't want to railroad the idea if nobody else agrees with it, but.
But the thing is, the reason I don't agree with it is I don't want to give one faction all the power. And that's actually exactly what you are doing.
Well, all we got to do is be the captain of Spelljammer, and then we're gonna have to deal with political factions no matter what.
If we send to Brawl, to our contractor, he might have several groups of people in Spelljammers join us. Then we have like 8 to 10 more ships of Spelljammers. For adventure.
Rani Romy history. $19. You have definitely seen Imperial Elven Navy officers on Brow. They definitely have their own quarters. They definitely have a strong presence around the place, even though Brawl is so far away from home, Imperial Elven Navy.
Alright, then Elven Navy sounds best.
Um, Elv, the different factions. Elvens are somewhat communal, meaning they have very easy to creating such a big fleet, very easy.
Yeah.
Humans are very individual thinkers, meaning, yes, they can create a navy, but so can the next system over, and the next system over, and the next king over, and the next, and then you have a fuck ton of navies all over the place. Dwarves, yes, one clan has a navy, has a navy, but the next clan, Dwarven clan, also has a navy.
They
And
don't
the
work
next,
well together.
no,
Only against elves. Or how, probably.
the evil races, but yeah,
Hey,
they
Danny.
can, if being paid enough in ale, they might consider working together with the fucking elves and their fucking bows and yeah. We
Yeah.
have all seen Lord of the Rings, how
Yeah.
elves and dwarves fight one another.
Yeah.
So yeah, we can see how that picture goes on. All the other races are not coherent enough to
No.
effectively create an entire race, a navy.
Hey, welcome back,
Well,
Valley.
maybe the Drow, but we don't want them as emperor.
The Drow are evil, so no.
Yeah, that's why.
As soon as I get a powerful toy, the next Drow over will kill me and steal my toy, meaning the next Drow over will kill, steal, etc., etc., etc. Gnomes, they're sooner gonna blow themselves up than actually put a navy together. Halflings, I'm too much into my.
Make too much wheat. So
I'm too much into my own story to consider even a navy of any kind. And so goes all the races. The elves, as I said, are so communal in nature that they have an easy time making one big navy.
yeah, the elves does then.
And yeah, then they have a fairly good idea about how and why they can suddenly conquer so much space as we've seen on the map.
Yeah.
As you look at the map, the Elven area is considerable. Just to give you some background story, some lore.
Mirja, if she could send the message.
But yeah, you could easily get onto somewhere, write a letter, have the letter delivered to wherever you want to have it delivered. That's a no-brainer. But if you want to get in contact, not with just a captain of a ship of the Navy, then you probably want to be in contact with an admiral with 4 or more stars.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking Mirja. If she could send a message to them, we have an important message for an admiral of at least 4 stars.
And that's where you need to get close, or possibly closer, to one of the ships that is monitoring the entry and exit points of a common entry and exit points into and off the flow.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna ask Mirya if she wants to send such a message using the spell message, because I know she is a bard.
Does he actually have that one? I don't think so.
Do we have any kind of bird on this ship?
Yes, sir.
I don't remember reading anything about like that. There's ship-to-ship birds or pigeons or anything.
No, that's where I'm saying that you start raising the flags.
Yeah.
The
You're
baby
gonna
flags.
signal.
Yeah, we all know what those flags are. Almost as soon as you do that, an elven wizard will get up on deck, point at some of you that is visible, and starts messaging him.
Yeah. I will stand on top with the flags.
Are you certain that it is you?
No, Rasc, do you? you.
I'm gonna.
I forgot about it. I look like a rider.
Yeah. And I look like a cat wearing an elvish outfit.
Yeah, that sounds better than a rider.
have my.
My character is not here, so I can do shit.
I'll probably be in the guise of the. Not sure like if I should be the major domo of the Duke, but or to be looking like the elvish Duke.
No, not a duke. You are an elf adventurer, but high status. As if he is a paladin or something.
Rakul, it
Yeah.
is your decision if you convince the ship, the crew, to go onto this place so that you can continue your travel.
We already did that, I believe.
Yeah, but it's not my decision, Rakul. It is your decision. When do you change character?
Oh.
So Rakul can say, guys, it's really important for me to go to this place because I believe this is where I get off.
Yeah, then my character would have been off at that point.
Yeah, I say we do that. I've done that.
So that is your decision. And then we might need an introduction scene, meaning we have a time stop and a flashback and
Yeah, the orphanage. He's
and
teaching
then-
some people or
yeah.
something.
So Priscilla,
How would I be introduced?
how
How
do
do you
wish
find
to be,
it?
how do you wish to be introduced?
No, Queen of the Desert. Your reputation precedes you.
At some point or another, you would have gained the same chest, the same coin, as you got the other character. Do you see that?
Yeah. Then
And
I'm
at
gonna.
some point in your story, you would have started
Oh, hi.
looking back into this thing, which might have taken you to the
What are you doing?
Imperial Navy area in Danana,
Come on.
or it might have taken you to Kor, Priscilla.
Well, I guess where Rakul was off. That's probably where my character is then. Was it Dermanen, right?
That would be back in Kor.
Hi, Carl.
Oh, my character was set off in Korf, where she was going. Okay, then yeah, we're in Korf then.
Hi.
She's in Korf.
Okay.
Probably as a light.
Are we at the inn, or
Where are you?
are we at the auction, or
Come here.
what's
Most
going on
likely
here?
in the library.
Oh, come here.
The other orphanage.
Oh.
Teaching.
Hi.
There's a god of knowledge is also about giving knowledge, not only collecting.
Yeah, that's true.
So probably there, and I found you there. And we can go, you show me the coin.
Guys, I think you need to decide which microphone you're using or push to talk. Otherwise, it's way too much echo.
I think it might be not using headphones.
No, we are using headphones, but I said to him before session, let's go to another room, the two of us, so we don't have background noises.
Oh, you're in the same area. That's funny.
Yeah, we're
same
in the
room,
same.
same house actually.
Yeah.
They're usually sitting what, a meter across?
Not even.
No.
50 centimeters?
Yeah.
30 meters. Like, he's literally sitting across of me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I can almost touch his face. He's that
Yeah.
close to me.
Ew.
It would be,
Like,
it'll
I'm
be,
10
it'll be
centimeters
easy to
short of
solve
it.
with push to talk. Meaning the one that is talking right now pushes a button,
Alright.
and the other one does not. So yeah. But anyways, where are we? How do we run into the other guys?
Where would my character be? Would she be teaching people or would she be learning?
That is entirely up to you.
Well, she would be learning. We
Yeah,
didn't
she would
find
be
you.
learning.
Then we didn't find you. Because we then went to the library.
You could also be staying at the same inn as
Yeah, maybe
Rasc?
in the
Or
inn
maybe
where-
as a church. Church also has knowledge.
She is a paladin as well. Would she? But it's mostly her own church then. So yeah, probably staying in the same inn.
Yeah.
That's the closest place.
yeah. And this weird cat-looking individual shows up and looks nothing like everybody else around here. His style of clothing is way different. There's nothing. Oh.
Corvian?
How much have you invested in this actually style, this fashion of elven clothing that is local here? Right.
Really? Oh,
You're asking me?
yeah.
You might be looking completely outside the picture, or you might attempt to look like the picture. But
Well, I
there's
mean-
there's something about you that leads his attention to you. that makes
Well,
him
I'm drop dead gorgeous. I mean, why wouldn't you pay attention to me? But I mean, if we're talking about the charlatan, I should be really good at recognizing and starting to build the outfit. I might have started out, not quite right, and so I'd be building towards, watching people, looking at what people are wearing, and starting to build up this persona of both the tabaxi, who's the maybe the major domo of this elvish duke, but also building up the clothing and identity of an elvish duke. So, I mean, this is pretty early in building this second identity, this false identity. So I would have spent as much as I could, but I'm sure there at this early point in the game, there's probably the big G game, that there's some stuff that's slightly off, but I should be getting pretty close.
So
I
at
mean,
some point
roll a deception or something?
Yeah. And the perception on the other side, Priscilla.
Okay.
Oh, did I?
And that's with expertise.
So there's something. Yeah, you're quite good, but with a 20, Priscilla sees something that leads her to say, or something to the effect of, "Hey, I'm looking for this place," and shows the coin of brow.
My character walks up to Rush and says, would you maybe know about this? And I then shows the coin.
Do I see a mark on this person?
Describe yourself, Priscilla.
Well, you see a blindfolded woman with white hair in full chainmail with a shield, and I forgot what the sign of the god looked like.
Don't look at me, I'm not sure.
Fuck.
I'm looking at the
Do you know
I'm already looking.
what god was I looking for again?
Aha.
Asuf.
How do you?
Who is a sub-peon of Mistra, Lady of Mysteries.
No, it was not mystery. It was the god of knowledge.
Ogma is general knowledge.
Which one?
Asuf is magical knowledge.
Wait. Ogma is knowledge, magic. Yeah, I think it was magical knowledge.
Which one? How was it called again?
I look in the roll
yeah?
chat.
Oh, it's a token. It's a oval with a hand. Let me just link the. It's hard to explain what it looks like. Not really hard to explain, but.
A finger.
Yeah.
Like a questioning finger.
So it's up on stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what you see on the chainmail cloth and the shield.
Are you also love or neutral?
So yeah.
That's kind of a personal question, buddy. So I definitely recognize I have a tingle of the spidey sense, and so I recognize that there's something going on, and I of course recognize this sort of deja vu experience that I just recently went through of walking up to a stranger with a coin, and this whole thing is like blowing my mind, and I say. It's. I think you might be in the right place. Come over and meet the people I'm with.
Also roll your perception, Riga.
That's with expertise.
Priscilla.
Yeah.
Would you like to describe your eyes?
Well, through the cloth, you can see
I think something
Form?
happens to your cloth, actually.
Oh,
Look at the roll.
He critted that one.
Yeah. Above
I
that.
think something happens to your cloth.
I've met this person before.
well, basically, I think the cloth just burns, and in that short glimpse, my character just pulls her hood down over her eyes. But in the split second, you saw her eyes bright yellow, like there's no white, there's just white, yellow light, basically.
And Rash,
Did-
you know that one. You have seen such eyes before. You have fought such eyes before. You have stabbed such eyes before.
Is this someone I have killed in the past?
You know from your encounters that demons are red, fiends are yellow.
Yes. Oh, so it's a fiend, not a celestial. Oh, great. Okay. Does this person did we say they had horns? Is this like a tiefling of some kind, or
No,
is this more
it's a
strictly?
It's a human.
It's a human demon.
And my character, whenever she pulls her hood down, she just says sorry. I can't open my eyes here.
Okay, yeah. I think I've read about a guy named Cyclops who had that issue.
Yeah, right.
We'll get you some. We'll get you some sunglasses with a little trigger.
Don't make me laugh when I'm smoking.
Yeah. No. Okay.
So yeah, that happened a few days ago. The end of the conversation was, yeah, follow us, etc.
Yeah, she just introduces herself to the rest of the group.
You might also want to rename your token, your name to
Oh,
Priscilla.
Yep. Yes.
As you get on the ship, one of the days you actually then turns on your eyes again, and there is a whiff and a sudden smell of fiend. You turn on your eyes and you see this flying imp on the ship. As you follow it, it goes over and sits on the person you come to know as Buck's shoulder, and turns into a crow or spider or something else.
Should have sent the imp for the message.
Well, Buck isn't here. If he was, I would have asked about it.
Yeah, well, save that one for later.
Yeah.
But yeah, your eyes definitely fires up and sees that one flying, even in invisibility mode.
Yes. I'm gonna try to make a new blindfold out of cloth.
But yeah, stuff goes on, days goes by. Now we're back.
Probably see me a few times. We are talking. Probably a few times.
We are back at present time. So you're considering going close to the nearby Imperial Elven ship, a cruiser of some sort, and starts negotiating with him. You start putting up your navy flags, and a dude comes over and starts messaging you. Who are you? What do you want? Why should I believe you? Etc. 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 Or starts inquiring about you.
So that's.
Okay,
Oh, is somebody else taking lead on that?
You are taking lead, I believe.
Okay.
Because I'm almost looking like a rider.
So do you want to do a deception check or do you want to role play? What should I do? Persuasion.
Just roleplay.
So
The first one is this is the Imperial Elven Navy, the Silver Quest. Who are you and what do you want?
we're a group of travelers, and I'm a major domo for the Elvish Duke, and we are trying to get in touch. We've gathered some information about Spelljammer, and we need to get in
I am
touch.
going or Riga is going? Oh yeah,
Well,
Oh, sorry, I wasn't even talking out loud.
yeah.
Sorry about that. I'm the major domo for the Elvish Duke, and we're trying to get in touch with one of the admirals as quick as possible. We have some really very important information about the possibility of finding the Spelljammer, and we need to get in contact with one of the admirals as quickly as possible. Can you assist us with that?
You can see his facial expressions clearly change as you say, or he comes to the Spelljammer part. He turns around, starts conversing with somebody behind him, and comes back to you. You said the Spelljammer. What do you know of the Spelljammer?
Well, it's of course a very long story as far as like the history of the Spelljammer, but we've come into information in one of the ports of call about possible information leading to the discovery of its location, but that it's also possibly in a situation that needs intervention, that there may actually be an incursion of demons and devils that's currently attacking the Spelljammer, and so we need to get in contact with the Admiral as quickly as possible. Can you assist us with that?
Roll me persuasion.
And that's with expertise.
Yes, of course. If you were to follow us, we will take you to his location.
That would be wonderful. I thank you, and as the major domo for the Elvish Duke, I'm sure that he would thank you as well.
The man does a little hand wave. You feel a slight tingle.
Oh, I apparently I've been at sea for a long time. You're looking mighty fine, sir.
Give me a deck save. Let's say DC 16.
Everyone or?
No, it's just him.
Oh.
Ooh, you feel your disguise being probed, but staying put.
Well, and at this point, as the major domo, none of it's magical.
Yeah.
This is all just effects in camera, as they say, not CGI.
Okay. Yeah. The ship slowly starts aligning and starts getting up to speed. I'm assuming you are following suit.
Unless anybody has any objections.
Yep. Yeah, we're just gonna follow.
We're following, but not getting close to the other ships because of our thing.
Yeah.
Did our outside ship grow as well, by the way?
The ship actually now has a restriction on what it can and cannot do. So yeah, it does keep up appearance of a ship of. Oh.
Because
What?
it is.
Yeah, what is an equivalent ship?
Sideways.
Because our small jammer did grow, and
It's like a whale
Yeah,
ship or something?
It's now 450 feet.
It's just a man of war.
God, it's
Wide.
450 feet wide is twice the length of a whale ship.
Let's say a man of war.
so basically we literally have a fucking fighting ship, a battle ready ship. Like,
It is size-wise. It's actually very close to either a man of war or an eagle. So yeah.
It disguises as a man of war.
Which is great, because that's typically an Elvish ship.
What flag of port are you flying? Flag of port is
The flag of that remote Elvish planet we were just on.
roll me deception. That one crafting forgery.
I'm helping it with it.
That's with expertise.
Yeah, you've probably seen it somewhere, and it seems to hold up for now. You travel for 4 days. You seem to come to an elven base. What's that? It looks like. A flower, essentially. Let me see if I can find it. It is huge, to say the least.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Alright. Copy image. Is that enough? No. Got very, very angry with me. It is essentially, let me see, 7 arms and several stories tall.
And this is a castle, right?
It is called the Crown of Corellian.
So this was on screen is the Man of War, which is what our small jammer or medium jammer is disguised as now. And then there's one other image I'm going to show you.
But yeah, they get close to it, and a few leagues of its bow, or of its location. They come out of spelljamming speed.
And this is the
assuming
crown
you
of
do the same thing.
Corellian, which is the Elvish Armada ship that we're approaching.
Do we have a small ship where we can go on to get to that thing?
There is right in the there is on the map the small ship. I imagine that would also have increased in size, or do we have additional yachts now, or?
No, it's a common rowboat, essentially a rowboat. Now in Discord you should be able to see it.
Yeah.
It is quite huge, stationary.
I added the Man of War on stream and also the Crown of Corellian on stream as well.
Cool. But yeah, you essentially have a rowboat that you can use, and it does have a small, what is essentially a mobile spelljamming helm.
Alright, so it can
Which
fly.
is not spelljamming capable of itself, but it's capable enough to move it about as needs be.
We are moving it towards from our ship towards the Man of War. We're using the rowboat.
So yeah, you can mount into that. Use that to move to the Elven base. And
Baby, come on.
you get greeted at a docking port by a group of soldiers.
Group talk. Do we want all to be on there or not?
I mean, we could have Bug in here. We also have Ursus and what's his name? We have Ursus and Firsaken also here, so I don't really see a problem. Technically, they still are here, but it's just
Have them man the ship, keep it from danger.
Do you want me on the boat?
oh no, definitely not. No.
Okay, just asking. Not because I'm me as a player, but my character.
Yeah, I know.
That's what you mean?
I know.
You
Yeah.
don't want, you mean it against me?
No.
Alright, just making sure.
My character,
Yeah, put the hat of disguise on him.
my character is not really awkward because she does have a little bit of charisma, but it's more. She feels like people understand her better than people may do. So something like if she's sarcastic and some people don't get it, she automatically assumes people get it. It's basically something like that.
So Priscilla and me and anybody
Buck,
else,
I guess.
and
I
Buck.
guess Buck.
Fuck yeah.
But he isn't really here.
Right. So we're just taking a small team over.
So,
Did I
yeah,
manage to make a blindfold, by the way?
easy.
Okay.
There's plenty of cloth.
I've got I've been working on disguises and stuff, so I'm sure I've got like needle and thread and cloth and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, I just need something that I can see somewhat through. Not. I just need to be able to see at least 30 feet in front of me.
That's not so difficult. So, you dock up The sergeant comes over. State your name, state your ship, state your business, or I will jettison you.
Yeah. So, obviously, I'm still doing the major domo part. I think, and or should I be? Should I try to do the Duke now? Well, we'll stick with the major domo. So I say my name. My name is Rasc. I'm major domo for Elvish Duke, and we're here. We were guided in by your other ship to have a meeting with the admiral. Can you guide me to that meeting now, please?
What's your business with the admiral?
Well, I'll certainly discuss that with the admiral. Who are you?
He snaps his finger, and a page comes over with essentially a cloth or a pillow, and he reaches the cloth towards you, and the sergeant goes, "If you be so kind as to leave your weapons here, the page will take good care of it, I assure you."
Yeah, since I have the magical blade, I can add and also have my claws. I have no problem divesting my visible weapons and the ones that can be removed.
By the way, what is my focus?
That is probably your wand.
I need a second focus, definitely.
I would think you. I think you can only have one active focus at any given time.
Yeah. Okay.
That is kind of the idea behind it. Otherwise, you would have a multitude of material components in a pouch. That is the old version of it. But now that Harry Potter showed us the way, you can now just wink your wand or your other focus, and magic comes out. But as you have the wand that you do have,
Oh, so I can use magic without a wand.
that is difficult. Yeah.
Okay.
It is essentially in some parts the material components for sure. It might also be some of the somatic potions, and in certain details might be a verbal component it replaces.
Like what can't I do then with it?
Very certain material components. Anything that reaches material components.
That gets consumed, by the way, basically.
And then it would be.
Or rare materials.
No, common materials. Anything that does not have a separate gold pure price value, that is replaced by the wand.
Oh, okay.
The wand might also be the somatic potions of you waving. No. The somatic potion part of you waving it around. And then that might be 50-50. As for the somatic potions, or that might be a 25% it might replace.
Oh, okay, so it's more of a chance than it can work. Okay.
It's so much more difficult if you're missing those parts. But you can in some parts.
Like cantrips are...
yeah.
Cantrips are usable, or...?
Again, depending on what's verbal, somatic, and material.
Oh, okay, so if it's material,
it's definitely out. If it's somatic, it might be out. If it's verbal, it might be down to 12, 25%. But you can in some parts do it. It's just that much more difficult for you to do it. It might require you some arcane rolling, saying, "Oh, yeah," with a DC on top of it.
Okay. So basically, I just give them my longsword, my 5 javelins, and my wand.
Yeah.
I mean, at least I know how it works.
Mm. Alrighty.
I'm not there. I'm on the ship.
Ah, okay, yeah. And Buck also hands over his parts.
Because I look like a rider, and if I want to set foot on there, I would probably be killed immediately.
Yeah.
Did you hear me? Or did you only hear the TV?
Close.
If
So,
I set
yeah.
foot on there, I would die, basically.
Yeah, I know. So, you're being escorted to a room. It looks like a pre-office sort of deal. There's a clerk sitting in one corner, writing down stuff. There's some people coming to and fro and dropping off and picking up. And roll me unskilled charisma.
Who?
Let's see how long this takes.
Everyone?
It'll probably be Rash's 16. Yeah, you'll be sitting there for 16 minutes. Twiddling your thumbs. Eventually, it seems that somebody has time to talk to you. You're being led into a room. There's a pompous dressed individual, elderly elven at the other side of a big desk. Off to either side is a common guard and then what you will think a mage and a cleric. And in between is pages running around with papers and whatnot. And the admiral, you assume to be the admiral, points at a number of chairs. Sirs, if you be so kind as to have a seat.
And does this guy have the right number of stars?
He is pretty much up there, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, definitely go ahead and do the, the typical obsequiousness of a major domo doing his job.
And what name would that be? Roll me history. Have you picked up a name from somewhere? 17. Yes. Mr. Silverflower. I remember him and his son. How is he, by the way?
He's very interested in these rumors about the Spelljammer and is excited to get this information to you. And then I describe the visions that we've received about this, but obviously not describing that we're on a small jammer or that's how we got them. I'm basically just describing the visions themselves.
Yes, I see. And how do you believe that the Imperial Elven Navy believe such stories. Everybody knows that the Spelljammer is but a myth, a legend, and old wives' tales or midwives' tales.
I appreciate your skepticism. Certainly, we were skeptical as well, but we've been trying to track this down, and we believe that these rumors have enough chance of being true that it's certainly worth exploring, even if it became, if it didn't pan out. This is such an important piece of intelligence to pass on that we couldn't wait to make sure that we got in contact. If the Spelljammer is out there and we think we can locate it based on this information, we need help making sure that it doesn't fall into the wrong hands. I think that that is an overriding concern, and this intelligence certainly would suggest that it would be a mistake not to take this as actionable information. And so the Duke sent me to make sure that I got that information to you. We are doing our part to collect some mercenaries, but we are a small group, and we wanted to make sure that we got in contact with the Imperial Navy.
Yes, I see. The only problem is that Mr. Silverflower does not have a son. So why should I believe you?
I apologize. I'm just the Duke's major domo. I don't necessarily know the entire extended family. I am here at the behest of the Duke himself, and I apologize if I got some of the information incorrect. I'm a working guy. I'm trying to do my job, and the Duke sent me here to provide this information to you.
Well, if you're not gonna drop the axe, I'm afraid that I can't really help you on your fairy tale missions. To which Buck says, Admiral, if you would be so kind as to turn around and look out the window. The Admiral turns around and Buck says, drop it. And Faye drops the illusion. There is a slight gasp from the Admiral, and from each of the two corners with the guard and the wizard and the cleric is a almost inaudible whisper and gasp. And
Ta-da!
as you can see, I have a small jammer under my command. She is the reason for the things that have been shown to me and the reason why we are here. He looks back at you, Rash, with some quirk or with a cocked head.
So you can see our information is good, and this is definitely going to suggest that this is actionable information.
But how do you assume that we would even be remotely able to close in the distance? The Imperial Navy has multiple times fought the Spelljammer for dominance, and each time our navies, the Dwarven, the Illithid, has been soundly and profusely beaten to a pulp. Do you have any idea what sort of firepower that thing carries?
I can certainly guess, and I'm glad that we've dropped the facade of that the Spelljammer is a myth, and that you acknowledge that the Elven Army Navy has actually engaged with Spelljammer in the past. But we have a small jammer, and a call has been made to bring the Spelljammers to Spelljammer, and so I think that we have a way onto the ship, and from there we can work our way into creating an opening, so that the naval armada can actually be successful. I think working together, we have a way to do this.
Can I look at the Admiral to see somewhat what his intentions are?
Roll me inside.
That's gonna be shit. Oh.
Oh.
Well, if that was shit, I'd like a shit burger, please.
Yes, of course, he would love to take possession of the Spelljammer. That would be an ultimate dream for any captain, any knowledgeable captain out there that actually has verified knowledge of the actual Spelljammer.
But does he more want it in, let's say, aggressive terms?
He may not be completely privy to some of the details surrounding the Spelljammer. He just knows that there is a ship out there the size of a very, very big city with an arsenal, a weapon arsenal that can take on the entirety of the Elven Navy, combined with one of the Dwarven navies, combined with one of the Illithid fleets, combined with one of the human fleets, and win. He would love to have such a tool in his belt. Maybe not for himself, but definitely for the Emperor, the Elven Emperor, and the Imperial Elven Navy. If he had such a tool, if he had such a weapon, he believes he could take on the Scroll and forever and ever kick them out of the high heavens, for them never ever to return again. And then they do the same with the Beholders, do the same with the Neogis, do the same with the Illithids, and do the same with whoever stood in the way of the Imperial Elven Navy. That is a given for any admiral worth his salt.
I am trying to keep people away from the ship, basically. Standing in front of the borderway, trying to keep them off if they try to get on it. Because I think there's a crowd before it now.
He might not be privy to some of the details surrounding the Spelljammer.
Okay.
But as a general tool, as a ship, the size of everything, he would love to have that tool in his arsenal.
Okay. I guess that's all for me.
But yeah, if he would be willing to betray you, at the finals scene of the final battle in the final moments, you can't tell for sure. But you know he would definitely love to have the Spelljammer in his fleet.
Okay. Let's just go ahead then.
Is he helping us?
So my ships definitely can't get close to the Spelljammer, but you're saying you have put up the call for more of the small jammers. Could you have some of them come here? And Buck goes, that will probably be doable. And well, then let us know when you're ready to move or go. And he reaches into his safe and pulls out a crystal. This one will be able to contact me. And he points over to a bigger crystal, almost looking identical. Don't ask me how, but I've been assured this one will communicate over even between crystal spheres.
Well, that's certainly handy.
Well, the Elven magic is superior to everybody else. But yeah.
I don't know if it's possible for everyone to have small jammers.
Hey. Cough, cough.
I mean,
Hairball?
we can try, but we can't really guarantee it. As Priscilla says to the
Well, we can probably ask Faye for clarification, maybe, or something. But here's the thing, like, if Faye is getting bigger, I wonder if the other small jammers are, or if it seems like Faye is going to become the new Spelljammer if Spelljammer dies. I'm probably not speculating about that in front of the Admiral. But I mean, all we got to do.
We probably have to probably look at the script for this movie.
Yeah.
To see how that is fit. Right.
I mean, you know, all we need to do is we need to get one of us to be the captain of Spelljammer. And then retire and into NPCdom.
I have seen the vision of the Spelljammer's flight. There are thousands upon thousands of small jammers being released at a certain time. I'm quite certain that there will be enough small jammers for everybody.
So then, so we're thinking about using those as the landing ships for everybody instead of using the naval vessels. Is that what you're suggesting?
It'll probably be doable, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So, that was Imperial Elven Navy Ali. So yeah, you are in Dananan. You have just made your interaction with with the with the Imperial Elven Navy, an admiral, who has said we will help.
Excellent.
Where,
Oh, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
where are we going now?
I wanted to. Is there? I don't know if the Imperial Navy employs GIF. I guess it just depends whether you believe the creator of the graphics format. But if any of those, yeah, if any of the if mercenaries are around, I'd be interested in approaching them and asking if they could help me get in contact with a team of GIF mercenaries.
Those cronies don't believe it belong here.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
Their loud and obnoxious guns are
Dangerous.
a disgrace to fine elven
Okay.
architecture.
All right, I get the hint.
Yeah. The elven archer will any day take one of those boom sticks and outshoot him into oblivion. Yeah, and he continues such and says that he has seen several archers and shooting coins out of the sky and without a sound, and yeah, you basically turned him on. He will continue like this for the rest of the day, talking about
boy.
the elven archer, the elven longbow, and how superior and how crafty and how beautiful, and yeah, you get the idea.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm trying to figure out. I mean, I don't know what everybody else is thinking, but it's because I feel like we have two conflicting directions to go at this point. One is we've got to call into Spelljammer, but we also have this stuff that we were going to accomplish at the Rock of Brawl. What are we doing? Do you think?
The spelljamming stuff is more important at this moment, so that will go first, I believe.
And Buckler says his family is more important. And the
agree with
trail of
that.
the Spelljammer has not even been picked up yet. And it can be anywhere.
Actually.
Okay, so we're gonna contact the elves, the Elven Navy, when we have more information. But we should continue on to our regularly scheduled destination.
Buck would very much like to see his family, yeah.
Okay.
And so would Miriam.
Anybody in Buck's family afraid of spiders? I'm asking that to Buck when I see him.
Well, you have to talk to Buck about that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, from Dananan to Pirtle is another 75 days.
I'm gonna ask Buck if he can teach me to use the teleportation circle.
Well, he's still working on actually crafting one.
No, I
But
mean if
he
can learn the spell to me.
that would be a downtime action of
3 hours.
investigating magic, researching magic. It's in the Sanitas somewhere. Crafting. Ingredients.
Do you have an electrical chair in your room where you can observe magical things?
Religious.
Yeah, you know, a chair where you can step me on to.
No.
Oh, good. I was afraid when do stuff about that.
Selling. Why is that not training? Awarding.
Normally, learning a new spell costs 50 gold per spell level.
Hi,
But
Rush.
because
Hi.
the reason why it's 50 gold is because you need to learn it from a book or a person that you can basically hire.
Yeah. What? It's bug online. Oh dear.
Hi. Oh, come
So
here.
yeah, he's actually answering right now.
Hi. Hi. I'm doing. Rush. Whoa.
So we're actually having a conversation with a team member who's not here via Discord text channel.
Because bards sorta ish learn spells the same way sorcerers do.
Don't freak out. Don't
They
freak out. I was just
feel
gonna cuddle
the
you.
They
Oh,
don't
bye bye.
study the magic per se.
I was gonna cuddle Jane.
So yeah, it would be it would be doable for him to help you. But I'm also saying that you now have essentially 75 days that goes by, and at some point or another you might want to talk to the crew about, do you happen to have any items that might be helpful for me as a wizard?
My cat ears perk up. Wait, there's stuff? Can I look at the stuff too?
No.
What?
But yeah, I'm assuming that you are back on Fae.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are discussing where and what to do now.
But I am going for the ring of protection. If nobody else wants that.
I probably assume that a lot of people would like to have that one, including the barbarian.
Wow.
So you might want to start a text discussion on Discord, and somewhat gleaning who would be interested in what. But I can see that the barbarian would definitely be interested in Ring of Protection +1.
Yeah.
Well, there's also the Bracers of Defense +2, which are things that would be useful for me as well. But the Barbarian would certainly probably be interested in both of those.
Well, we can allocate them for now, maybe.
No, something that you might like. The 3rd plus 5th level wizard book.
Yep.
There's also a couple wands, wand of magic missiles and stuff like that.
A few wands, but the wand of web I would actually like because I can use it as well.
The what?
Wand of web.
Yeah, I could. One of the projects that I had in mind was creating a way for me to perch up, like climb up the wall, and then set like a little hunting perch so that I can actually free my hands to shoot arrows from a distance. And the wand of
I have.
the wand of webs might be useful. What's the cloak that you? It's not the. You didn't get the eye one. What's the one you got?
The hope I didn't get please.
Look, Arachne.
I will just.
But yeah, unless somebody says something right now, and as Arachne was the one that spoke up, does anyone have any objections to him taking the ring of protection right now?
Who?
Arachne.
No?
Done. And when you make a note, might be challenged later.
Light domain. What does it grant again? Does it grant martial weapons or medium armor? Or heavy armor? I mean.
If we go from the top, we have a wand of magic missiles.
I would also be able to use the wand of War Mage and the wizard spellbooks.
So we say that the books goes to Priscilla.
I mean, I see no one else going to be able to use it right now.
Depends what school the magic is from.
Wizard.
It doesn't entirely matter.
Yeah, but
If
I can do
you
wizard
are-
spells, but it's which
Yeah.
which
If
spells
you
I can use.
Has access to the things. Fighter, for example, clean fighter does not have access to wands, etc. Half-casters neither.
The half-casters don't use
Yeah.
wands at all?
Well,
No, they don't.
might actually, pending. But yeah, I would still say that you can use them, pending that you are who and what you are.
The thing is,
Um,
half-casts don't need to use them. They don't need a focus to use spells.
No, well, but it's for a specific spell. Like, I don't, for example, I don't have web and I don't have magic missile prepared, so that I could use the wand not as a focus
that
for my
works.
casting, but
The wand of magic missile, then yeah, that works. No problem. Because everyone can use the wand of magic missile.
Yeah. I would really like to have the wand of rats. Because of what I am.
do you not already? But you've got the robe that casts web.
Once today.
Does your body not cast web? Like, can you not? Is that not actually a physical thing you do?
No. That would be too OP.
Oh, I'm sorry you're having performance issues.
What about the quarterstaff +2 with 6 memory slots?
Which one?
Would Priscilla be interested in that?
That would probably be useful for her.
Yeah.
Problem is, I
Wonder
don't
War
have
Match
too many
+2?
spells. That's the thing. I don't have too many spells that I can remember right now.
That would also be good for me because I memorize spells.
So I have the Warcaster feat or whatever. With the
everybody prepares spells.
Sorcerers do it a little bit
Oh, wait a
differently.
second. You mean
6 levels of spell slot.
Yeah.
Ah, no, that changes.
Either 6 first level spells,
Yeah.
or 3 second level spells, or 2 third level spells, or a 4th and a 2nd, or a mix
I get
of.
it. Like you can also just do 1 6th level spell. Ah, that's actually really strong. Yeah.
Then we have a
hey,
wonder
you can have it.
mage.
I
Plus
think
2.
that's Wizard's focus. I might need to drop my shield.
Hmm.
Nah, that wasn't something my character would like. It would be a waste of my character, let's just say that way. Sunblade.
I feel like someone else could use the quarterstaff as well.
Who?
You.
I know. I think you have more with it. Because you have more spells.
No, because the thing
I can sacrifice my spells to create other spells. Slots.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'd want to carry a
You
quarterstaff. Other than that, it would be really useful. That'd basically double the amount of spell levels I could cast.
I mean, it would. That's the thing.
That's
At
your highest.
level, you can store it in.
You forget something, I have sorcery points. I can already do something like that.
Yeah, but what does more spells hurt? That's the thing.
The thing is, you don't have a magic item at this moment. So that's why I'm thinking about you getting it. It would be better on you than on me. Because I am sometimes also the melee fight. Of the melee fight.
We're haggling
And you
over
won't be that.
a bunch of treasure that's in the hold of the ship that's currently unassigned to anyone
You're
specific.
forgetting that. I'm tankier than you are. In a way. Not in the AC department.
Let me see. We also have a skill mail +1.
Wouldn't work on.
AC
I was
15.
thinking about getting a one of the scale mills +1.
Wouldn't work on my character.
On me.
Maybe on you.
I have normal skill mail at this moment.
Yeah. So you need to discuss with the crew. Should I or should I not have said so and so? Next up, we have a wand of fireball. Would anybody?
Wand of fireball.
We also have a wand of a web that is being unused.
That one I want. To be
Wand
honest.
of fireball is for one person, right? Like that's only one spell per day.
Fireball?
Yeah.
I'm
Wand of
thinking
fireball.
7 charges.
7 charges. Wow.
Yes, has 7 charges. Use an action to expend 1 or more of its charges to cast fireball from it.
The quarterstaff, I can put a 6th level spell in, which is a fucking shit ton of power for a wizard.
Well, right now Priscilla is. No, wait.
Yeah, I do have it right now.
Quarterstaff. Yeah, Priscilla has it right now.
Or disintegrate. I can also have disintegrate in it, which is stronger than chain lightning in pure power. Be right back. I gotta go. Shit.
But yeah, we have. As you look through the list, we have a whole lot of options here.
Really, I would advise you getting the same clock as I have. To be honest. Because that lets you walk onto the wall, basically. all the time.
Would somebody care to roll me insight? Riga has no clue. None.
Mark that.
None.
Mark today on the calendar.
That is the first, the only, and the last ever. Arachne, you are looking at the fine ornamental elven sword. You have slightly of a thought in the back of your mind. You are sitting next to a fine Imperial Elven station still.
Is this something that is that being said out loud at all, or is?
I'm thinking that out.
I'm feeding some ideas into some heads of some individuals. An 18.
If someone said that out loud, then I would go. You know, that would be useful for my disguise.
That's what I'm thinking, but I'm also thinking about giving it as a gift to this Navy. But that could also do unwanted attention. I would say just let it be where it is now. I'm not gonna tell you about it.
Well, you all see the list right now. Yeah, Buck got an 18. Yeah. So, loot table. The next thing on the that might not be. So, what we saying that the Ursus get braces of defense?
Yeah.
We have a rapier +2.
Yeah, I've already
We
got
have a
one.
Mace, huh?
I already have a +2 rapier, so.
We have a Mace of Terror.
A rapier isn't my thing.
Which essentially once per day, I think you can put.
Sunblade, I'm a little bit interested in, but I'm not sure.
Then you have a Horn Silver of Valhalla. A Horn of Valhalla Silver.
That's maybe something for Ursus again.
Noted. We have a Chainmail +1. Where is?
Maybe for the Paladin.
Yeah, because I know he's running around in chainmail. Is
A skill mill running around.
Is he still out on? Yeah. Poke him next time. We have a Rope of Infinite. We have.
That might be useful for one of my projects.
Sword of Fiends.
Hey me.
We have a Medallion of Forts. We have Wand of War Mage. We have a Tiny Hut. We have a Bag on Holding. We have Scale Mail +1.
I would like that one.
Which one?
Scale mill.
For
This one.
Arachne.
Yeah, because I'm currently wearing normal skill mill.
Wand of Fireball. Immovable Rod. Maul +2 of Thunder.
Ursus maybe as backup weapon.
2 daggers of +1. And a Sunblade.
Sunblade I am also a bit interested in. Because I am a cleric of light still. But I don't want to
But
take
do
too
you,
much items. So.
Do you have martial weapons?
No. I believe I don't have that.
So that will be
Let me
a
look.
permanent disadvantage. So yeah,
I'm gonna look at that.
you have also some projects coming up. You need to re-establish your brooch of communication and your rods of light. Rods of light are somewhat simple. That's something you can craft on your own using continual flame. But otherwise, yeah, Wand of Fireball might be a thing. It's a rather powerful tool that's been left in the drawer for essentially no good reason whatsoever.
I believe I don't get a bonus of something like that. Oh wait, I have heavy armor bonus. I believe. No, that's nature domain. No, I have a bonus cantrip and that's all.
Light, don't you get heavy armor with light?
No, not even heavy armor. Medium armor, skill mail is medium. So. I would like to reserve the Sunblade then and learn martial weapons from someone.
I believe that's a feat.
What are you guys doing?
Pick up a feat to learn martial.
No, you can pick up a feat for 4 weapons.
Yeah, still.
So yeah.
The Wand of Fireball is still sitting in the drawer.
Yeah, but I will ask him when he gets off the bedroom. How?
Immovable Rod is also.
Do I think I could balance on that immovable rod? Like if I would I be able to hold on with my feet and do the stuff that I was gonna do?
It's about a foot long and about, I would think, paper towel, that inner paper towel thing.
Like if I were to for my project for the hunter's perch to be able to maybe the rope of infinite silk and the I was going to use the rope of infinite to make the magical duct tape. But maybe the immovable rod would be something I could make part of a perch that I could use.
I should take that if I were you and just put it in the air and hang with your knees from it and shoot your arrows.
So that's
basically what you want to do.
Yeah, there's not a lot in the list that is super useful for me, but rope of infinite, medallion of thoughts, rod of infinite.
+2 short bow maybe.
I mean immovable rod.
That one. Never mind.
And maybe the wand of fireball, if nobody else is going to use it.
I'm not sure. Priscilla might want it.
But yeah, there's some pretty interesting stuff.
We might also want to at one of the. Sorry, I'm sorry if I interrupted. Sorry, go ahead.
Alright. Some pretty interesting stuff sitting unused, essentially. I believe I have something on the tarot and fiends.
Yeah, I looked up the Sword of Fiends and I didn't get anything in.
Just a moment.
But my rapier's +2, so I might just stick with that anyway. But
Sword of Fiends. Maybe is that something for you?
That might be a custom thing, by the way. Just a moment. That was the tarot one. It's somewhat equal to Sting.
Ah. when the demon's close, it's close.
Well, then it might be useful, yeah. The bag of holding, if nobody else is interested in that, I might use that too. Which reminds me, we should probably also restock the bags with the grenades and stuff, because we used a bunch of those, and the potions of healing or whatever that was in them.
Oh, I have enough healing stuff now.
Yeah, but the rest of us
You
don't.
probably need to roll some crafting skills on that one, coming days. But yeah. Think about the grenades one. Those are actually from sort of ish the future, meaning not of this time.
Well, then I feel sad for having used them. Hey, chill out.
Yeah, I was actually about to say it's better for someone else to take the fireball. Yeah, I don't really need it. I mean, I can have 2 fireballs in the quarterstaff as well.
So what I have on what I just wrote down on my list is the Rope of Infinite, Medallion of Thoughts, Immovable Rod, Bag of Holding, Sword of Fiends, and Wand of Fireballs. Hey, you guys, chill. And my cats are freaking out.
Sarah, could you go back to town for me to gather some at a herb store? Some herbs you can make patches that give you mana. You arcane power back.
Read that list again. I caught Sword of Fiends.
Sorry, let me start again. So Rope of Infinite.
Just a moment. Where is Rope? There it was. Rash. Yeah.
Medallion of Thoughts.
Yeah.
Immovable Rod.
Yeah, that's gonna be handy.
Rash. Yeah.
Bag of Holding.
Yeah.
Sword of Fiends, which I still don't have the stats for, so that would be useful.
It's in roll 20.
Okay. And then the last thing was the Wand of Fireballs.
Stu, stop. Is that great sword?
There's something funny about that great sword.
Oh no.
As you pick up the handle, is nothing but a model of silver with a handle to one end.
I don't like this.
Remember Spencer? Loki?
Yeah?
He was psionic.
Yeah?
He did attempt some stuff, but he didn't attempt the right stuff.
Of course he didn't.
So yeah.
To be honest, he makes a mistake a lot.
The Gif Yankee is sort of ish these semi-psionic thingies. So that storyline was never really explored. So yeah. Did anyone, by the way, take the Mace of Terror? Did I hear somebody take the Mace of Terror?
I was thinking about it till I saw what it did. So I thought, nope.
Okay. Chainmail +1.
Party?
Chainmail +1, yeah. Chainmail +1 was gonna help me.
Yeah, I was. Okay. Then we only have one of War Mage and some other quest item thing.
Oh, we still need more brooch of communication. How do we make them again?
You essentially need to find some
Mind
telepathic.
flash.
Yeah, telepathic creatures. Harvest them for 4 items. And yeah, hand them over to be enchanted.
We might want a few of those things. I know you are going about items. What do you think of my homemade item? That's gauntlets.
It needs to be rebalanced.
It isn't balanced well. I thought it was pretty well balanced.
Just a moment. A weapon of fiends. Wait. All players. Save. Show. Now?
Looks like a long sword. Or a great sword.
A long sword in this case.
Oh, the Sword of Fiends? Oh, yeah, that... I don't know if I'll be interested in that. I don't think I use longswords.
You can use longswords, I believe.
True.
There would be something for Vati otherwise.
What?
Swords of Fiends. It's great
No.
against fiends.
No.
Why not?
Because I think I know what that weapon is.
Well, +1, +2 against fiends. Adds 1d8 radiant. Go into roll 20 and read it.
Sword of Fiends. Oh, and rolls. Okay. Sword of Fiends, weapon and Yonko.
On fiends, it says.
Weapons on your person, you have advantage, perception checks to spot. The weapon magically awakens you and you. Oh yeah, that's going to be handy. Yeah, that's going to be really handy.
I believe you're the only one that can use it at this moment.
No, I think you can also can.
You can use martial weapons. It's a long sword.
No, Bob can also use it. He is Bard of Valor.
But Bok is here, eh? Oh.
By the way, Buck might want to have the Sun Sword. Then.
Oh, the Mace Tower would be
Probably.
much better.
Well,
Oh,
right now, Rash has the Sword of Fiends.
If someone else wants it more than I do,
But-
that's
but
fine.
Can you use long swords?
He can, but he can't use his stealth attack with it. Sneak attack. Sneak attack doesn't.
Yeah, it's not finesse, and I've got a rapier +2 already, so
Is the Sunblade finesse? Because it is literally a blade of light.
Yeah, I believe it is finesse. Look it up.
Did I not,
Because if it is, we can basically trade.
Sunblade.
Long sword, but can be a short sword, I believe.
while the blade exists, this magic
Yeah, if you
longsword
are
has the
proficient
finesse
with
property.
the short or long sword, you are proficient with the Sunblade. It has the finesse property.
So yeah, let's trade, or at least.
The light of it though would be a problem with
Conflict,
my dark vision and also
So,
stealthing.
You could also do it really fun. You put the blade on someone's back and turn it on. Sneak attack.
Yeah.
If you are smart with the weapon,
Oh, you can
then
cause the
still use sneak
blade
attack.
or make the blade disappear. I see. Oh, it's a lightsaber.
Lightsaber.
Yeah,
Basically.
it's also a free action to open it and close it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, and it's a +2 to damage.
To attack and damage.
And it's radiant damage.
Yeah.
To attack
Okay.
and damage and extra damage. So I think this is really good for you. And
Yeah.
this finesse.
Yeah. That
Yeah, that's only
seems.
why you need to take it because of the finesse property.
Yeah. Okay, so I've marked off Sword of Fiends or Weapon of Fiends from my list, and then I'll add Sunblade to it.
Is Priscilla taking the Sword of Fiends then?
Yeah. And by the way, instead of Wand of Magic Missiles, I'm gonna take the Wand of War Mage if no one's gonna, because I don't think anyone can use a Wizard's focus.
I could probably use it, but I won't. I've got Warcaster feat, so and it's only +1 to attacks. It's not super useful. I'd rather have my hands free.
You can use both. It just only one of them can be your effective focus at a time.
Yeah,
So
I think I'll pass on it.
The Wand of War Mage is going to give me +2 to attack, but also +2 to my save DC, right?
Actually, no. Only +2 to attack.
Oh, okay.
That's only a +2 attack. So.
And that's in your character sheet where it's that's 1.
Can be pretty good of you.
No, because the what's it called? The wand of the War Mage +1 that's in my inventory does gives me a
Hi, kitten. Hi.
higher DC. It says.
No, it doesn't.
No, that was me doing a wrong
Yeah,
quotation.
that's what I thought. Yeah.
But I changed your attack rolls to 2. Just need to find your inventory.
Okay.
and
Squiggly.
change that
Wiggly,
to
wiggly.
+2.
Come on. Pick a spot. Where are you going?
And something about ignores half color cover,
Come on.
I
Okay.
believe.
Yeah, but I also
Cats.
did I
Yeah.
take the spell sniper? Yeah,
Crazy
so it
cats.
doesn't really matter. I can even block.
But you could trade it over to the +1 one. You could trade that over to one of the other spellcasters. If you
Yeah.
were friendly with them. Or you could put it into the loot table.
Yeah, the Wand of War Mage +1. Yeah. It's going into the loot table.
Oh, by the way, I have some more weapons that I thought about.
Okay. So in theory, there's a Wonder War Mage +1 in the loot table right now.
Oh,
Can you hold 2 wands? Like if you had that in one hand, and you used the wand of fireballs in the other?
Sure.
Oh.
Just replace them as need be.
Yeah, you can.
Use
it's
that in
only one, it's not
offhand.
Like the great sword.
Yeah.
Those are all items I thought about, so now you have them as well. You can change them, can put them in the game, can leave them out of the game, however you want. But I think there might be something fun for people in there.
Is the longswords, is that two-handed only, or is that?
No, that's.
It's
Longsword is
versatile. It's versatile, meaning you can
Okay.
choose
Yeah. Okay.
whether to use it one-handed or two-handed, and the
Okay.
damage goes from D8 to D10.
Ah, I see. Well, if nobody else wants that, the Wand of War Mage +1, I'd go ahead and take it and see if I find it
no
useful.
one else can use it other than us. That's the thing. No.
Okay.
No
Well,
one uses
well
it.
then I'll grab it, and if I I'll see if it's useful. If I don't use it, then I'll put it back.
But you're not gonna use it. Yeah. I thought it was a wisdom. Okay. Oh wait, that's an arcane focus. Yeah, that's arc. Okay, never mind. Yeah. I
Rash.
once. That actually, for some reason, it's funny to me. Right?
A 1.
Like, they will think, oh, she's gonna cast Fireball, Flame Strike, what?
Okay.
Cunning neat.
Do,
Uh-huh.
as a sorcerer, can I learn to consider the spell Flame Strike?
Maybe it will be an assistance, but otherwise, yeah.
I would happy to do that.
Does the chain plus 1 take attunement?
Oh, I believe not.
I don't think so, no.
No, that's only after it's like plus 2 chain or plus 3 with a special effect.
That
It
is
has
something
to-
special, then
Yeah.
it comes. But just an AC bonus, most of the time not.
Okay.
Raj, I'm looking at your sheet right now. Just a moment. Some. Takes an extra. So the damage code is actually 2d8.
On the Sunblade?
Yeah. And instead of slashing, it's radiant.
Oh wow.
And for versatile, it would be 1d10, 1d8.
So it's a 2d8 damage instead of 1d8.
It says an extra what? Oh, undead.
Oh yeah, for undead. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, bummer. Okay. So only 1d8 then. But damage is still. Yeah.
So I think most enemies can't really dodge.
Yeah.
I found a staff that Fatu would really like, but we don't have it yet. Staff of Mackie.
That might be something you'll be looking into as you hit 20 plus.
Yeah. Myself, I'm probably looking at the Staff of Healing. Oh,
Actually, if you log over to first second, he's having one of those attached to his backpack.
no, he has Heart of Light.
No. On his backpack, he has a staff of healing.
Really?
Really?
Nice.
Get what you forgot to use as you're going into the BBEG. Mass healing.
Ah.
So yeah, I don't think that'll be happening much more essential besides some traveling.
I will teach Flame Strike to Priscilla whenever I can.
Yeah.
As doing the healing, the herbs things. Every day I show her how to do it, where we travel,
Well,
and then I'm going.
you more or less have, yeah, 8 hours of sleep, 8 hours of spelljamming, or spelljammer duty, and then 8 hours of downtime.
Yeah. Like 1 hour a day of downtime. I'm gonna help him. 10 hours of
That is
downtime.
that is it. Spell research is an 8 hour plus thing.
Yeah. Every day,
And then
1 hour. 8 days. Minimum.
But yeah, for him it's a full-time thing. So,
Yeah, but I will
but
show him to him, and then he can practice basically.
he can study the magical thingies, and over time, if this flame strike is on the wizard list, he can add it as need be under the normal rules of studying magic.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Uh,
Flame Strike is not in the wizard spell list.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Especially the cleric spell list, but I can, as sorcerer, can pick spells of the cleric spell list and put them as arcane spells. Which means that he can teach them from me. Dus every cleric spell is a sorcerer spell for me as well.
Deals radiant damage instead of slashing damage. Rash?
Okay, sorry. I was looking at the listing for it, and it said damage type slashing.
Deals radiant damage instead of slashing damage.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
it's
sorry.
not-
I was trying to... Yeah, I was filling it in based on damage type, but I'll switch it back to radiant.
Yeah. And that +2, you don't need to specify it. How do
okay.
we solve the undead thing? We might do it like this. Undead. No. 0. Yes. 28. Let's try it like this. Undead, no. Sneak attack, no. Undead. Yes. Sneak attack, no. Yeah. Try it like that. Did you see what I wrote?
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Now you just copy paste the plus, blah blah blah, all the other places.
As I read this ability I have, all cleric spells are sorcery spells. So that means I can teach it to him.
But Priscilla is not sorcery.
No, but he can learn every arcane magic. A sorcerer draws from arcane magic. So every cleric spell I can learn as a sorcerer, I know in arcane, not in divine.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the
Problem
difference
is
is
it's not on the
You
wizard
feel it.
list.
You feel it. You can't really explain the feeling of the spell.
So,
That's the problem.
yeah, that might be the problem.
Mm.
It
I have some
feels
questions about
a
the
little
wizard
bit like a
list as I saw
sneeze.
it. For example, I believe he can't enhance ability, which I found very confusing.
Which one?
But my bard could. So yeah.
Enhance ability? Huh.
I can have that spell.
I will essentially be assuming that you'll be traveling the whole distance back to either Brawl or the realms.
We go directly to Buck. So.
Buck would be the deciding factor if you're going to realms or you're going to Brawl. I would believe that Buck would like to go to realms first, but yeah. Also, go over your attunement slots again. Some of you've just been allocated a whole lot of magic. Some of it might be attunable. Some of it might not be. And we might be doing something about the wands putting into class features, meaning under class you just be able to press use this.
Yeah.
And yeah, we script something about how many charges do we use today, and then yeah, etc.
Ah, got it. Okay. Okay. All right. Now what?
Well,
I'm gonna use it to see if it works.
What works? Oh, no, it does not. Riga, I was about to say thank you to our 7 viewers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Listening in today, and we will be back next Saturday. CET 18:30. I believe that is Pacific time 9.
It's 9:30 a.m. Pacific time. It's 9:30 a.m. Pacific time.
Okay.
So yeah, thank you for listening in.
All right, thanks.
Take it from here, Riga?
Sure, yeah, I'll close it out and then and stay in Discord for just a bit. But awesome, thanks everybody.
Yeah,
it was a fun game.
All right, there we go. Thanks for hanging out. We're gonna go ahead and I'll raid somebody, but thanks for hanging out and feel free to hang out and chat and watch the hosted channels. And come back as I stream next week, starting Wednesday at noon Pacific time, and then the next time we do Spelljammer, like we were saying, is I'll have it up on Twitch events and stuff like that. And look for some announcements for some other actual plays that are coming up this next weekend. There's actually 2 of them in addition to Spelljammer that I'm going to be doing starting up this next weekend, so watch out for those. I'll add them into events and stuff like that. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Oh, later guys. It was fun to play tonight.
Yeah. So as you have it, then you just copy paste it. Yeah, +2, yeah. Yeah.
was simple. If only you could add more sort of attacks.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I don't like about this.